Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we're going to talk about Wakanda Forever. Spoilers for Wakanda Forever and all of the MCU in this content. All right. Okay, so let's get right to the point. What am I going to talk about in this today? I'm going to talk. Okay, there is a massive misunderstanding of Dungeons and Dragons, and it's twofold. Dungeons and Dragons is for fun. Wrong. Okay, fun doesn't affect the real world. It's just frivolous fun. We use this to escape. We're literally trying to escape the woes of the world, and our fun little stories mean nothing, and they do not impact the real world, right? When we do play Dungeons and Dragons. Wrong, wrong, wrong with wrong sauce on a wrong sandwich and cut with a wrong knife. It is wrong, wrong, wrong. And Wakanda Forever proves it, okay? What is Wakanda Forever? Oh, it's a superhero story told in the Marvel Universe. Is it? Ooh, did you see it? Were you paying attention? Okay, let's talk about Wakanda Forever, okay? That is a fun little story. Air quotes. Wrong. It has nothing to do with fun. I can tell you that right now. And also, yeah, it's not fun watching the movie either. It was very much not fun because it had nothing to do with fun, right? So what is the breakdown of Wakanda Forever? It is a story, right? It's fiction, okay? But not much. There's not much fiction in it, okay? It is 90% narrative, like the story, and 99% message, right? Every single scene in Wakanda Forever screams at the top of its lungs a cultural message directly intended, carefully aimed to change the real world, okay? Every scene, every single scene, right? And I think at the end of, I think that what they did was they just, like, Marvel writers just wrote down every single thing they want changed in the real world, put it in the movie, right? And then we're like, we got to put some fantasy in this. There's got to be something that's not actually real in this, right? You know, let me just name the real things in there. Anderson Cooper playing Anderson Cooper. CNN on CNN, right? The United Nations. Like, the Queen of Wakanda talks to the United Nations directly, right? And literally insults America while she does it, right? Like, not the fictional America, like the real America. Like it's not, like, that's my point, is like, this was salted with fiction at the end as a spice. This thing is the most real story you could possibly look at, right? Like, they literally were like, oh, we got to put some fantasy spice on this so people will not think this is a documentary. Or, like, it's like, woo! Yeah, okay. Okay, so, like, and the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency. And you're like, Scott, you sure they were talking about the Central Intelligence? Like, Langley is a location in the movie, right? This has a lot to say about American espionage, right? The idea that Wakanda Forever is a fun story that doesn't impact the real world is the most silly idea possible, right? It's ridiculous, right? Scene in Wakanda Forever. Here is a political message, an incredibly pointed, very, very translucent, right? Super clear political message that has nothing to do with the MCU and everything to do with the IRL. Okay? Next scene, right? Here's a scene that has a incredibly clear, incredibly powerful, incredibly direct, not opaque in any way, cultural message, right? That has everything to do with the real world and nothing to do with the MCU, right? Like, you know, like, there's no points being made about the MCU in Wakanda Forever, right? Like, it's all directed at actual America and the actual world, the messages that the movie are carrying. Next scene. Here is a religious message being given to you, right? Like, incredibly, here it was, like, they were like, so there's this scene where Shuri's like, oh, hey, we found that vibranium is in Atlantis too. Sorry, not Atlantis, Talokan. Thanks, yeah, whatever. Right, so vibranium is in Atlantis. And then Queen of Wakanda is like, wait, hold on. We got like mythic stories about, you know, why vibranium is here and why Wakanda was chosen to do vibranium, And our religion is connected to it, which means that if what you're saying is true, everyone here who is sacred, who actually believes the sacred things they were told, were fools. And everybody who believes in science, and we're like, people who believe in supernatural are idiots, they're right. So anybody who believed in anything spiritual is just a nonsense idiot. And anybody who believed that science was always right and there's no supernatural and the world is only natural, they're super dope, awesome, smart, right people. That is a very powerful religious message that has nothing to do with the MCU and everything to do with the IRL. Right? Okay? You follow me here? Wakanda Forever is not a fun story that is here for us for escapism. It is a story told with every intention of reshaping the real world, and it is doing it. People were cheering and screaming and were excited and were moved. And they weren't moved to be happy about the MCU. They were moved to say, yes, we will reshape America as Wakanda Forever has told us to do it. Right? And Hollywood is saying, we got goals, we got values, our values are tied to our goals, and we will reshape America in the form we have shown you in Wakanda Forever. They are saying this story, it has the veneer of fun, so we can put this in front of you. But the goal is very much to reshape this entire planet, starting with America. Your table, your Dungeons and Dragons table, is exactly the same. We are the most charismatic, most confident, most intelligent people in the world. Every single person who plays Dungeons and Dragons is a person that others will be attracted to, and they are in the positions to change the world. Every single sentence that is uttered at your Dungeons and Dragons table matters, and it will reshape the real world, especially if you know it, but even if you don't intend it to. Okay? Because that's my point. You do not know what you are dealing with Dungeons and Dragons. It is an element of narrative that has never been encountered by humans since until 1974, and we are still unpacking what Gary actually delivered with it. All that's my humble opinion. I'm eager to hear yours. Did you see Wakanda Forever? Did I miss anything? Did you see something in Wakanda Forever that I didn't? Did you watch Wakanda Forever and think for 1 second that movie was about fun or about Wakanda or about Marvel? If I'm wrong, I'm ready to hear it. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing. Have a wonderful millennium.